Big news expanded, and of course, just like I said, the Biafran flag will be raised across the nations, and those who find it difficult will definitely accept it in one way or the other. We are committed to do the things we know how to do, committed to share the light, and to throw more light on what matters more when it comes to actualization of Biafra. 14 more countries have joined to support this big victory that is happening. And of course, the more you look, the less you see. That's all I can say. The more you look, the less you see. And that's why we cannot allow ourselves to be convicted of a crime that we know nothing about. Biafra is the last point and the hope of every humanity. And of course, if we eventually continue on the right path, a lot of things will be accredited, posted, and more feasible. So as 14 more countries have joined this movement, with other Nigerian 5 states that are now agitating to join the Republic of Biafra, I want to bring some things to your table and some things to your knowledge. We are a people who fight for what we believe in. We are people who will always defend what belongs to us. And we are people who shouldn't be intimidated, no matter what the case is. Our struggles remains our struggles. Our motives remains our motives. And if we are honest with ourselves, we must continue in the light of freedom. And there's no other point to drag this whole missions. That is why I must communicate to everybody who wants to know the best. As we continue to push on, there must be a possible fact that one must engage themselves into. Because the hate on Biafrans, you can't be hated and you hate yourself. Are you getting me? You can't be hated and you hate yourself. That's one big truth. And if it continues to prolong into the way that it's going, a lot of mistakes will be done and a lot of mistakes will be made. So let's not even allow ourselves to be plunged into that danger for allowing people to tell us who we are, whereas they will come and define our story. After defining our story, they will end up saying nothing. You understand? So as the gospel is spread across and as more things are always at the beckon, we must enlighten others to know that the victory has come. Stop delaying Biafra, and whatever that is delaying Biafrans must stop delaying Biafrans. We are now moving in that very cohesion of achieving one of the biggest dreams that needs to be achieved. We cannot put ourselves in a position where one will continue to look at us as if we are not wanting to grow or we don't wish to grow. One of the most positive things is that we are already growing and our growth must be noticed. It's only a question of time and everything will be made into the young universe. You see, we continue with every information that we have at hand. We throw every punch that we need to throw. Give every victory that is need to be given. Most importantly, one of the biggest message here is that Biafra has come to stay. And for that fact, nobody should delay us. Nobody should delay us. The mission has continued. Everything that we're doing has already taken its place. Everything we are doing has already taken its course. One of the most important things is that we cannot put ourselves like liars, amongst other things. We must hold dearly to every effort that we have been making. And one of the biggest efforts is that we have already convinced the world that IPOB is not a terrorist group. Yes, I saw the desperation and the way people are holding gun in the southeast, telling people to not come out on Mondays and all that. Yes, I know that Monday sit at home is helping us to remember Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That's good. But one thing I must tell you people the truth is that the Monday sit at home has been cancelled by Nnamdi Kanu. So whoever that is holding gun, they are not ESN. They are not members of the ESN. Those who are causing havoc in the southeast, they are not IPOB. Because whatever the case may be, it is long overdue. And it must be settled in accordance. You see, we must get together and understand that one of the biggest lessons that is learned so far is that Biafrans refuse to give up. Yes. Biafrans on their own refuse to give up. And that's where all this whole journey began. This journey of actualizing, this journey of victory, this journey that cannot be taken for granted. As where this journey began. Were people who would rather die than to bow to our enemies. Yes, Biafrans are very strong people. We rather die than bow to people, our slave masters, or any slave master. So we are resisting, we resisted, and we'll keep resisting. The journey had just begun. And that's the biggest news. The journey had just begun. Let's get started.